In this video, we're going to review the Candyman from the NECA Retro line of 8-inch cloth figures. Welcome to the Swearwolves Horror Podcast YouTube channel. I'm Brett, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. If you're new to this channel, I want to thank you for stopping by, and please consider clicking the subscribe button as well as that notification bell below. We upload new videos on a regular basis in which we review anything and everything horror, from action figures and toys, to soundtracks, to various collectibles, video games, you name it. Today, we're talking about this Candyman figure from the NECA Retro Cloth 8-inch line of figures. This is actually from Candyman Farewell to the Flesh, which was a sequel to the original Candyman movie, which was an adaptation of a Clive Barker short story. The original Candyman, good movie. I like the movie enough. It's not one of my favorite movies, but the reason why it's even better is you got Tony Todd and his performance of Candyman. I know they're making a new Candyman movie. Jordan Peele's producing it. I believe Tony Todd has a role in that. I'm not sure to what extent. Maybe this Candyman passes the torch to a new Candyman. Not really sure how that's going to work. Won't find out for a while because that movie's probably not going to be released for a while. But this is the original Candyman. The original from the sequel to Candyman. But the original Tony Todd Candyman. Beautiful artwork as always. The artwork on this we'll actually talk about in just a second. I'll flip it around so you can see the backside. But NECA always does a great job of hiring really good artists to do good representations on these retro cloth line of figures. And as you can see, we got Candyman right here, kind of just a normal face Candyman. And then you got the Candyman with the bees coming out, alternate head. And then it looks like we got an alternate chest plate right here. We can also see that he's got the hook on the right hand, or where the right hand was. And he's got, of course, his cloth goods. All right, here's the back side of the packaging, and it says, Candyman, farewell to the flesh. The Candyman arrives in New Orleans and sets his sights on a young woman whose family was ruined by the immortal killer years before. And then, the artist on the cover is an artist by the name of Devin Whitehurst. So he did a really good job. Devin did a really good job with that artwork. So let's go ahead and get this figure opened up and give it a closer look and a review. All right, we got the figure open. And before we get into the figure itself, we'll talk about the two accessories that it comes with. So this is a chest plate that shows the various bees coming out of the stomach, the rib cage, the lungs behind there. Pretty grotesque. And it's very representative of that in the picture. Just a cool thing to have if you wanted to display your figure like that. It just clips on top and then around his waist, which would be under his shirt, and then you of course can have the shirt pull apart to reveal this chest. So that's pretty cool. We'll go ahead and put that aside. And of course we have this alternate head, which is the Candyman character, Tony Todd, with the bees coming out of his mouth. Pretty nice sculpt there. Did a good job. It looks like the coloring is a little off right there. Now, I don't know. That could be... full disclosure, I haven't seen Farewell to the Flesh, so I probably should watch that movie. But it looks like there's a little discoloring from the front of the face to the side of the head. So I don't know if that is talked about in the movie. It could be because he's dead and he's got a paler face. Hence the reason why his eyes are darkened as well. But pretty good sculpt all around. Not too disappointed in that. I think for myself personally, I just like the representation of Tony Todd right there. I think that to me looks like the Candyman that I enjoy from the first movie the most. Articulation wise, we got the head, and it is on the swivel, the ball joint, if you will. Can tilt side to side, turn, go up and down, all that good stuff. At the shoulder, ball joint, bend at the elbow, the wrist turns, and Doesn't look like there's any movement in the hands backwards and forwards. It's just a turning wrist. We do have a little bit of swivel in the waist, and then a bend at the hip, and a bend at the knee, and of course the feet bend and turn at the ankle. The figure does stand pretty good. They do include, like they do with most all figures, the peg holes on the bottom, so you can get a stand, peg stand for that. But it does stand pretty nice on its own. As far as the cloth good goes, let's talk about the detail. Detail in the face. Again, it's the same pretty much face sculpt as before, except for his eyes are open and his mouth is closed. And there's no bees, so I guess it's not the same at all. But it's kind of the same. Again, we have that paler front face and the darker sides, so I'm not really sure if that is meant to be. Maybe he has makeup on. Not really sure, but it doesn't bother me too much when you're looking at him head on. It doesn't bother me too much. But the detail, I mean, it's a good representation of the actor. This faux fur on the jacket is pretty nice and soft. And the cloth goods, it opens up to reveal. He has his like old-timey southerny, I guess, attire. This is like an ascot almost. And the belt, that's a nice belt actually. And the shirt, and then the trousers. There is a little wire in the bottom of the coat, so you can bend it and pose it, if you will, so it can stay open, or you can pose it so it stays shut. I really do appreciate that. I like that. With the pinhead, the ultimate pinhead figure, they did something like that too with his robes, so his robes would stay more flowing, and I do like that. It gives the jacket a little bit more weight, and it gives the figure itself, when you're displaying it, a little bit of movement in a still figure, which is, if that makes any sense. It's got one gloved hand. Well, he actually only has one hand, but the hand he has a glove on it, and his other hand, of course, is this bloody stump with the hook in it, which is pretty gnarly, but cool. Here's the back side of the figure, just more of the cloth. Doesn't look like this pleat right here goes all the way up to the top. Again, that could just be the way that it is. Nobody's seeing the back, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. And then as far as shoes go, he just has these nice shiny dress shoes. He does keep his shoes shined, even if his hand is a bloody stump. Don't ask me how he shines his shoes. Maybe he has someone do that for him. Overall, this figure, if I was going to rate it on a scale of Pamela Voorhees heads, 5 being the best, 0 being the worst, this is not my ultimate favorite of the 8-inch line retro cloth figures. Of course, Candyman, not my all-time favorite horror villain either, so I'm not trying to be biased here, but it's a good figure. It's a good likeness, so I'll give it that. I like the jacket. I like the cloth goods. There's just a few things about it that I don't really care. So I would probably say 4 to 4.5 out of 5 Pamela Voorhees heads for this figure. It's definitely a good figure, but it's not the best 8-inch retro cloth line figure that I've seen from NECA. Again, I do like the Tony Todd representation, and I think Candyman deserves a figure. In fact, I would like to see an ultimate Candyman figure. I think there's a lot that they could do with that to represent the character and the actor in even more detailed way. The ultimate line, more of a detailed 7-inch scale line than the retro cloth, which is a throwback to the days of those old Mego toys from the 70s. But a good figure nonetheless. Gets 4.5, we'll call it 4.5 out of 5 Pamela Voorhees heads for this figure. If you have any thoughts on this figure, disagree with me, agree with me, I don't know, want to send me free stuff, go ahead and comment down below. I read all the comments. We read all the comments. And if you like this video, please click the like button below. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed, and you feel so inclined, click both the subscribe button as well as that notification bell. We are the Swearwolves Horror Podcast, and we do a weekly show in which we review horror movies on a scale of 0 to 5 Pamela Voorhees heads, by the way. So please check us out by searching for the Swearwolves wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. You can also visit our website at theswearwolves.com. So, for the Swearwolves, I'm Brett. Hi, this is Brett with the Swearwolves. And when I'm not editing videos or creating content for YouTube, I just sit here and wait. And wait. If you like the video that you just saw, go ahead and click that button right there. And if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and click that other button right there. I'll wait.